here we are, two proud members of the No Longer Young and Invincible Club, and neither one of us has mentioned an ache or a pain.
Or a procedure.
Or home remedy.
Or the name of a good doctor.
Oh, God!
We're here with Gina Bikales, who is the Artistic Director of Script to Stage to Screen. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you, Bonnie.
So this is the Unitarian Church of Rancho Mirage.
Yes.
And home of Script to Stage to Screen. And it kind of grew out of church members, correct?
Script to Stage was founded by two church members, and they stayed active in the group for a couple of years and then moved on to other activities, and I took it over.
And that usually means wearing lots of different hats. I know that. Yes, right?
Oh, yes.
Producer, director, you help choose plays, all of that. Act.
And I'm on the computer,
Yes.
and I'm working with social media
And programs.
there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Never ends.
And so tell us about the mission of Script to Stage to Screen. What was the mission initially?
Well, initially it was for emerging gay playwrights, and the work that was performed was their work. And when I took over, I kind of remodeled the mission a little, so that we not only have gay playwrights, we have straight, we have women, we have men, we have black, we have white. We have something for everybody, hopefully.
Great. Now let's go back. Back up a little bit. You're from Kansas City originally.
I am.
And always been in theater, involved in theater?
Yes.
Okay. And I think you were a teacher also at one point?
Yes, I spent 100 years as a classroom teacher and taught drama, debate, and studio art.
Did you start out mostly acting, or did you jump into directing right away, or was that sort of a progression?
Here in the desert, I started out as an actor, and I stayed an actor for a long time. I had done a lot of directing in Kansas City and decided I wanted to get back on stage. And so I've done lots of acting. I got involved with Desert Theater League, and now I do mostly directing again.
What would you say you could pass on to other women from your experience?
In working as a classroom teacher, in working in development and in the theater, I have learned that sometimes we're our own worst enemies. Women don't know and aren't taught how to negotiate and how to stand up for themselves.
Did you learn that as a child? If you did, you were lucky, because a lot of women don't. How do you learn how to do that if you didn't know growing up?
I was so lucky because A, my father insisted on his kids sticking up for themselves, and B, my very first and most important mentor was a man who trusted my taste and trusted my ability and gave me projects that I could grow into, and so I will be eternally grateful to him.
You mentioned to me before that women sometimes get in their own way. How else does that manifest itself?
I see women wait for a group move. They'll wait and do a demonstration. They'll do a sit-in, but they won't go in and do something individually. They won't go in and renegotiate a raise.
And you think that's fear? Is that mostly fear-based? That
I think there's a lot of cultural conditioning in it, certainly for women my age. Now, younger women may not experience the same thing, but for those of us who are of a certain age, we were told to basically be seen and not heard, and to know your place, and yes, get a college degree in case your husband dropped dead and you had to support the children. You know, it wasn't about having a career that
of your own,
that meant something to you.
So is what you're doing now with Script to Stage to Screen, is this kind of where you thought you'd be at this point in your life creatively?
You know, I hoped that I would be in a situation similar to this, where I could be the artistic director and be the one who makes decisions. I fell in love with the idea of new works about 7 years ago, thanks to Bert Peachy, and I'm so pleased to be able to help move new playwrights along and have their words spoken. And let these people hear their dialogue for the first time on stage sometimes. It's really an exciting proposition, and I love what I do.
And do you have a lot of women playwrights submit their plays to Scripted Stage?
Quite a few, and each year there are a few more, and as I send out invitations and I say in the query letters, please pass this along to your friends, I get more and more women who are interested. And this year I'm so lucky we're producing as many women as we are men playwrights, and that's a wonderful thing.
If you could talk to your younger self, 20-something Gina, what would you say to her? What advice would you give her?
Ooh, tough question. I think I would say trust your gut, and if it feels right, do it, and if it feels iffy,
don't.
Back off.
Wow. What advice would you give women now that you see, women actresses, playwrights, directors, aspiring, all that? What was there one piece of advice that you'd like to give them about how to just barrel on through any of those, that glass ceiling?
Oh, be brave, and don't worry if you've got a few wrinkles, and don't worry if you're 10 pounds overweight. Just do it. Just follow your heart.
Excellent. I love it. How can someone find out more about Scripted Stage to Screen and come see some of your productions?
Oh, we would love to have people come see our productions, and you can always reach us here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Desert in Rancho Mirage. We have a website, www.scripttostagetoscreen.com.
Gina, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie.